Welcome, everyone. Today we are exploring Surrounded by Psychopaths, a compelling work by Thomas Erikson. Erikson is a Swedish behavioral expert and best-selling author who has spent nearly 2 decades lecturing on human behavior to major global organizations. This presentation serves as a survival guide based on his international bestseller, designed to help you extract key learning objectives and practical applications. Our mission is to move from being a potential target to becoming someone who can effectively identify, understand, and defend against predatory behavior in both business and life. Our session follows a structured learning journey divided into 3 crucial phases. Step 1 focuses on identifying the threat, teaching you to recognize psychopathic traits that often hide in plain sight. Step 2 moves into understanding your own vulnerability. Here, we analyze how the 4 disc personality types, red, yellow, green, and blue, can be weaponized by a predator. Finally, step 3 is about mastering the defense, providing you with the tactical tools to resist psychological manipulation and secure your personal boundaries. To protect yourself, you must first understand who the everyday psychopath is. There is a common myth that psychopaths are only violent criminals or serial killers locked away in prisons. The reality is far more subtle and dangerous. They comprise between 2% and 4% of the general population. This means they are often the charming colleague sitting just 2 desks away, demanding bosses, or even romantic partners. They are predators in human form who end up harming and dragging down most people they contact. Erikson describes the architecture of a predator through 4 distinct quadrants. Quadrant 1, the mask, involves glib, superficial charm and pathological lying. Quadrant 2, the void, represents a complete lack of remorse and genuine empathy. Quadrant 3, the chaos, covers their impulsive, irresponsible, and parasitic lifestyle. Finally, Quadrant 4, the threat, is defined by cunning, deep manipulation, and poor behavioral controls. Understanding these traits is the first step in unmasking the individuals who use these patterns for personal gain. A groundbreaking concept in Erikson's work is the 5th color, colorless. While normal people generally fit into disc behavioral patterns, true psychopaths lack a genuine personality or a true disc color. They are essentially an empty void. Instead, they act as social chameleons, reading your specific disc color and mirroring your traits to gain implicit trust. The crucial takeaway here is that they don't have a color of their own. They use your own personality as a weapon against you. Predators use the vulnerability matrix to exploit each disc profile. Reds are targeted via flattery and misdirection, using their ego and aggressive momentum to deflect blame. Yellows, driven by a need for approval, are manipulated through love bombing and eventual isolation. Greens are exploited through their conflict avoidance, as psychopaths often play the victim to shift responsibilities onto them. Finally, blues find their reliance on facts sabotaged by subtle, chaotic errors introduced by third-party pawns to destroy their self-doubt and credibility. The arsenal of manipulation contains several underhanded tactics. Arbitrary reinforcement involves alternating intense praise with sudden, unexplained silence to make victims addicted to approval. Smokescreens shift the focus during confrontations to the victim's reaction, allowing the manipulator to avoid accountability for their original transgression. Triangle drama introduces a third party, such as a new colleague or an ex-partner, to create artificial jealousy, fierce competition, and deep insecurity within the target. These tools are hardwired into their predatory behavior. One of the most damaging tactics is gaslighting, which aims to make victims doubt their own sanity. It occurs in 3 phases. First is the lie, where the psychopath makes a statement with absolute conviction. Second is the denial, where they aggressively deny ever saying the original statement, creating cognitive dissonance. Third is the projection, where they accuse you of being confused, unstable, or forgetful when you point out the discrepancy. Over time, the victim completely surrenders their grip on objective reality. Our first practical defense is extreme self-awareness, illustrated by the Johari window. This model shows the manipulators do not attack your strengths. They hunt in your blind spot, the flaws you refuse to acknowledge but which others clearly see. To defend yourself, you must actively seek brutal feedback from trusted sources to expand your arena of self-knowledge. If you know you are susceptible to flattery or fear conflict, you can build intellectual firewalls to protect your specific emotional triggers. The second defense is the rule of earned trust. We must accept that trust is never granted for life. It must be continuously earned based on current behavior. This is supported by 3 pillars. Predictability asks if their actions consistently match their words. Reliability evaluates if they are honest in the long term or if a mask occasionally slips. Certainty assesses if they genuinely support your needs or only their own hidden agenda. Evaluate people by their current actions, not initial charm. For active encounters, we use tactical resistance. Tactic 1 is the broken record, where you repeat your boundary firmly and neutrally without offering new explanations. Tactic 2 is to buy time, never agreeing to a demand in the room to break the manipulator's momentum. This is especially crucial for greens and yellows. Tactic 3 is to call out the tactic, bringing manipulation into the light. For example, I noticed you changed the subject to my reaction. Let's go back to the issue. We must face the hard truth. You cannot cure a psychopath. Therapy often only provides them with a manual to become even better manipulators, and medication is generally ineffective. To a psychopath, you are simply a replaceable resource, and they feel zero empathy for your suffering. Therefore, the only effective defense against a full-blooded psychopath is the mandate. Get up and go. Your goal should be to create as much physical, emotional, and financial distance as possible. To summarize this survival guide, remember the threat is real. 2 to 4% of the population lacks a conscience and hides behind a mask of normalcy. Their method involves being colorless chameleons who mirror your personality to hunt your behavioral blind spots. They manufacture chaos through manipulation tactics like gaslighting and triangular drama to isolate you from support. Your best defense is to master your vulnerabilities, demand reliable behavior, and when dealing with a true predator, never hesitate to walk away.